On September 2023, a steakhouse opened for one day in New York City. And not just any steakhouse. It was a steakhouse run by 65 inexperienced people in their 20s. So, how did this happen? Back in November 2021, I saw a Twitter post that was like, we have some spots left in the New York co-living space. I messaged, I'm interested. Fast forward less than a week later, I am moving to New York for the next 2 months. A couple weeks after I moved there, my housemate mehran decided to start hosting steak nights. Is that part of the process?
Oh yeah, the padding activates the protein and the fat in the steak. The dormant flavors come out just by padding the steak.
Yo! Steak!
This is a $50 steak right here.
It's so good.
Yeah, man.
In fact, it was so good that after I moved out, his housemates made a listing on Google Maps and called it mehran's Steakhouse. He got all his friends to write reviews, raving about how good it was. And then he started getting calls from people asking to get a reservation. 2 years later, he decided to open the steakhouse for a day with Danielle and Riley, 2 other housemates who also lived in the house at the time. Danielle has been a master of well-planned pranks. Some of her past projects include a tampon curtain she made for the girls' restroom. I'm dead. A soup dinner she hosted for Thanksgiving.
You have one of 2 options. If you'll notice slight flavors of soup.
Oh.
Clay figures of everyone in the house, photo shoots of these clay figures, and a public poster of
I don't want to meet the psychological worker of this.
Riley is also a master of interesting projects, including walking around the entirety of Manhattan in a day, buying 62 Twitter chairs from an auction to sell, and buying a random plot of land in the middle of nowhere. I knew this was the perfect team for the steakhouse, so when they asked me to come, I was definitely down.
So this is Matt calling from mehran Steakhouse. I see Mr. Calvin put his name down on our wait list in January of this year. And
I think we both did.
What is your last
I was like, is this even real?
How so?
Oh, well, I just wasn't sure.
Nah, interesting. Yeah, so we finally have an opening, and although it's not on the 83rd Street location, we're so fully booked there, we have another basically secret location in the East Village. It's intimate, it's low-key, it's not really advertised, but we do have a few spots available there for dinner on Saturday, September 23rd. Would you both be interested?
I believe so.
All right.
The 4-course meal served to guests consisted of a starter salad, an appetizer of meatballs and bruschetta, main of steak and potatoes, and dessert of cake. The menu was meticulously written by Danielle and laser etched into a giant wooden circle given to the guests. I'm literally holding the menu like that. I got assigned to be a chef, but I literally cannot cook. When I got there, I felt like only a couple of the other people did.
This is my 3rd time making meatballs, ever, in my life.
But we were all willing to help, so we just learned along the way.
Wow. There's no. Yeah.
It says to make sure the liquid gets drained. Yeah. Are you the main chef today?
Just for the meatballs.
Just for the meatballs?
So, let's go.
Oh wow, smells great.
For what we lacked in experience, we made up with sheer manpower. The salad team cut the greens very meticulously. The bruschetta team gutted a lot of tomatoes and optimized the perfect timing for the toasting.
Just to make it look a little bit nicer. Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do.
Our meatball team taste tested the meatballs to make sure they were the right saltiness. Salty enough.
It's not salty enough?
Yeah.
I think it's unevenly salted.
It's good,
Whoa! Good? Good! I gotta be on the phone with you.
Yeah, be in the mukbang.
Be on the mukbang.
Fixable.
It's better than too salty.
I'll take some.
The steak team salted the mini steaks. The dessert team wasn't even a team, it was just one person, and she did an amazing job making all of the cakes from scratch. At the start of the event, it was pretty unclear how everything was going to work with serving the food. The kitchen is downstairs from the main dining room, and there's only a very narrow set of stairs that the waiters had to use to go up and down to serve the food. The bussers also had to use the same set of stairs to get the dishes and utensils after each course.
The first customers. I'm scared. I'm so scared. I hope they like it.
But then it just ended up working out with a hand-drawn sketch, some pieces of paper, and a self-made manager.
Are you a kitchen manager?
Something like that. We're still on track for that 6:05? Two meatball.
These are ready.
Yeah, great. We need a busser for 2 steaks.
Okay.
Each table had a dedicated waiter and busser to make sure their table was going okay at all times. The waiters and bussers watched on the camera downstairs to see when they needed to go up and serve the next course. The food looked and tasted incredible. The event ended up getting a lot of coverage from the news and went pretty viral on TikTok.
On Saturday night, I got the toughest dinner reservation in New York. Mehran Steakhouse is the top-rated steakhouse on the Upper East Side.
Sadly, the Google listing got taken down afterward, but the story of Mehran Steakhouse shall live on forever. Okay.